What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige's Page, and today we're going to be talking through all the readathons that are happening in February. Welcome to this video where we're going to talk through all the readathons that are happening in February at the time of filming this, which is 1:40 p.m. on the 30th of January AEDT. I have found 26 readathons that are happening, and so obviously at time of filming there is still time for readathons to be announced, so please check the February readathon playlist in the description box below, because that I will add any more that I see, but I don't update the spreadsheet or the description box itself. But with that, my usual disclaimers, I only mention the person that I found the video on, so usually it is a co-host or the creator. If it's not the creator, they will tell you in their video, so you can go check it out. But this is just the one that I've found, so in it goes. I will create a readathon spreadsheet which has the links as well as a little bit of info. I create the playlist that has all the readathon announcement videos that I've found, and I also will put them in the description box below and link them, as well as the channels that I have found them on, so please utilize those. What else are my usual disclaimers? If you find any throughout the month and want to leave them linked below, feel free. I feel like I'm missing a third disclaimer, but I can't actually remember what it was. So there's time of filming, not necessarily the creator, but please utilize the resources that I have created. Please note that a lot of these readathons are either Valentine's Day or love related, or having a focus on Black culture, as it is Black History Month throughout February in the US, and obviously Valentine's Day is February 14th. They are the two common readathon ideas, but there are a multitude of ways that it's being conducted, as well as the themes and topics that are explored in each of the different readathons do vary depending. Let's talk through the 26 readathons that I've found. We start with shortest in duration and go to our month-longs. So the first one that I have is the Tackle Your TBR readathon, which is created by the Reading Nymph, and this is going for 24 hours starting on the 1st of February. The goal of this is to take one day for yourself for self-care, but be flexible with what works for you. So if you want to have a day of just self-care, feel free. If you do want to tackle your TBR, feel free to tackle whatever takes your fancy, or there are prompts to guide you if you feel so inclined. Then we have 3 72-hour ones. The first running from the 7th to the 10th, and this is the Little House readathon, which I found on Naomi's bookshelf. Basically, this is read a book about, by, or relating to Laura Ingalls Wilder. Running from the 10th to the 12th, we have the Valentides Weekend Readathon, which is hosted by Reed's Readers. This is a smut and self-care readathon. There's 7 prompts that make my not safe workathon heart just flourish. Then from the 16th to the 19th, we have 72 hours in the Haunted House, which I found on Covers with Cassidy. Basically, there are 2 wheels, a horror and a thriller, and you spin to get your prompts. You can either pick the horror or the thriller wheel, but you need to stick with it for that day, and the next day you can either stay with the same wheel or change it up. And there's also Instagram challenges for this one as well. Then we have a 5-day readathon running from the 3rd to the 8th, and this is the X's and O's readathon, which I found on Gwendolyn Kensinger's channel. There's 2 different teams, the X's and the O's, 3 prompts per team, and prompt 3 is based off the conversation hearts, which is a super cute idea. You don't have to read romance, the group book is a romance, and there are also photo prompts. Then we have 6 week-long ones, 3 of them running from the 6th to the 12th. The first is Polathon, created by JD Ray Reads. So basically she's got a wheel to spin to get your prompts, read a book, and you save the polar bears. Again, they do have the donations going to Polar Bears International again this round, and so if you would like to donate, feel free to check out her links. It is based off being a polar fantasy readathon, but the prompts are open, except for the 2 polar fantasy prompts. The rest are like cold in the title and stuff like that. The next is Novella-a-thon, which I found this on Books with Samantha's channel. This is a Valentine's themed readathon, and there are 5 prompts, all of which need to be novellas, and also has a group book. And the last one is the Black Romance-a-thon, which is run by Dasha's Book World, and this readathon is about reading Black romances. There is a bingo board for prompts, but predominantly just read Black romances or Black loves books throughout this week. From the 12th to the 18th, we have Room Fantasy readathon, which I found on Jan Agaton's channel. There are 4 teams based off different fantasy romance tropes, and these have team prompts and a group book depending on what team you pick. Then we have 2 running from the 13th to the 19th. The first being Monster Fucker readathon, which was created by Mythic Melancholies, and this is reading monster smut. There's a bingo board, so you can pick what kind of monster smut you want to read and have fun with it. It's an excellent name, isn't it?
Yep.
And then the other one is from Comathon, and I found this on Michelle's Libraries channel. There are 7 reading and 7 self-care prompts. You can do them separately or together depending on what you'd like. The choice of rom-coms in this are impeccable, and they do also have a team book. Then we have a 10-day readathon running from the 17th to the 26th, and this is a Cat Lady readathon, which is from Lion Reads' channel. Sorry if I said that wrong. The only rule is to read cat books, so in the title, on the cover, or as a character, but there is a bingo board if you would like more. Then we have a 3-week readathon running from the 1st to the 21st, and this is the Mardi Gras readathon, which I found on the channel Books, Ink and Paper. And this is 10 prompts all based around aspects of Mardi Gras and really looks into the history and the context behind Mardi Gras and the Caraval season. Then we have 12 month-long readathons. The first is the Heartstopper readathon, which is created by Just Martine. There are 2 ways to win this readathon. One, you can either gain the character cards, so there are 3 prompts per character, or getting a bingo on the bingo card. And basically you just need to read 1 prompt per character. And it's all based off the Heartstopper novels and really, really adorable. Then we have the ABC-athon, which is created by the ABCs, or Brie Books and Coffee, and this is a Cluedo bookish based readathon. So there are 5 prompts to be able to gain clues with varying levels of clues revealed. So to read any book is 1 clue, but if you read a book by an author of colour or with a character of colour, you get 5 clues. And this is all run through her Instagram, and the locations, weapons, heroes and villains are all bookish and absolutely wonderful. Next up we have the Sims readathon, which is created by Ashley Reads. So this is team based off Sims 2 characters, and the prompts are based off the packs within the Sims 2, and I'm very keen. Next up we have Feb Regency 2023, which I found on Bookish Princess's channel. So this is a focus on the Britain Regency period from 1975 to 1837. Prompts are based around the era, and for example to read a poem or a play, and there is also a bonus challenge to write and post a handwritten letter and to read an epistolary novel, which is just so cool. Next up we have Battle of the Boy Bands, which I found on Bomb Book Review's channel. So this is teams competing to win the Golden Grammy. So there are 7 prompts within the team that you pick with varying points, and the teams also have a buddy read. Then we have Read Them from Mum's Book Collection, and this is reading books outside your purchases of February 2023, so anything before counts because it's reading down your TBR, whether that be audio, digital or physical, and they do also have a bingo board to assist with your choices. Then we have For the Culture readathon, which I found on Book Tribe's channel, and this is all about celebrating Black books and Black culture themed around Black movies. So there are 16 prompts and 2 group books, and the stipulation for this is books can only be written by Black authors. Then we have the annual Missy Elliott readathon, which I found on Shade Tree Reads. The theme is Super Duper Fly Reads, so there's 7 prompts all based off that album, as well as 2 group reads. Then we have Folklore February, which I found on Kat's Novel Adventures. So this is a focus on folk tales, fairy tales and fables, and the varying differences between them. So there are 9 prompts, but you don't have to complete them all. Next up we have the Retro Romance readathon, which I found on the Bookish Knitters channel. There are 9 prompts if you want, but the only stipulation is you need to read romance published prior to 2003. It makes it a retro romance. That, I know I watched it in their announcement video, but that doesn't make me feel good. Then we have the annual Blackathon, which is created by Bowties and Books, and this is celebrating Black authors and their contribution to the literary world. And for this year, the theme is warriors, and there are 3 teams based off strong figures throughout history. Then my final month long is all about Loveathon, which I found on Brooke A. Smith's channel, and this is just a mini readathon going for the whole month that have 4 prompts based around loves and Valentine's Day, but also you do you. Then the final readathon is actually running from the 1st of February to the 12th of March, because this is the Best Picture readathon, which I found on Rebecca Lovato's channel, and this is based off the Oscar nominations for Best Picture. It's running up to the Oscars, so they've made prompts off each of the movies, and the prompts look really interesting, and it's nice seeing those parallels between film and literature. Super quick blast through of these readathons. So like I said, feel free to check out the announcement videos for more information on any of these readathons, as well as subscribing to any channels that are mentioned, and everything will be linked down below for your clicking convenience. Let me know in the comments if you're participating in any readathon next month. I intended to, and now have decided to do a 1 week 1 shelf challenge, so who knows how that's going to go. But if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!